Alright, got some more updates here. Got it bolted to the block. And one good thing, let me try to move the camera down here and get at the right angle. I was worried about how low the transmission pan's gonna hang below the subframe. And that right there is right about level with it. So the transmission pan, if this is going to be the permanent position of it, is only about at the most 1 inch below the subframe. Now, you can see there, well, I don't know if you can, that's the 1968 factory transmission mounted up on the transmission. It is right at about, I need 3-inch spacer to go between the crossmember and the transmission mount. That's if all this stays at this angle. And at this point, I really don't know till I get the subframe up in the car. So what I'm going to do, I've got some 3x3 square tube steel that's 3/16 inch thick. I'm going to go cut a piece of it about 5 inches long, and I'll drill holes where the bolt holes go up in there, and then I'm going to put some sleeves in it. That way I don't lose the bolt up inside that big square piece of tubing. I can just stick the bolt straight up in there, and if it does fall, it falls right back out on the ground. And you know how I'll make that spacer. I may make it permanent to the transmission crossmember. I don't know. But what I'm going to have to do to the subframe. Okay, sorry about that. Got the camera pointed wrong. I'm looking at it with my eyes, and then I look at the camera. But what I think I may have to do here, this little part here, I had this bolt hole right here, bolted to this one a while ago. It still needs to be moved back 2 inches. I thought it was 1.5, but I measure and it's exactly 2 inches. You got to go back. So let me see. Right about there is where it needs to go. So what I'm thinking about doing is getting my cutoff wheel, cutting straight out to here, and just cut a little pie piece out of this, and then cut a straight piece down there, cut straight across that, and just bend that in to where it's going at that angle right there. We'll bend it in here and weld it across there. And then I've got some 1/8 inch sheet metal. I'm going to weld the bottom there to fill in that gap. That'll make this big flat area here come all the way back to where I need to. Then I can just drill the holes, have all that bolted in. But, that's my game plan. Excuse my sniffling. I'm out here in this cold air and making my nose run. But I got to do that next. And once I get that done, like I said, that's just kind of a trial and error fit right now. Then I got to get the body situated where I can get the subframe up underneath it, and then see how all this fits in there, and then how much I got to cut out of that tunnel there. So hopefully over the next week or so, however my achy joints and bones cooperate with me, I'll see how much I can get done. But hope this is giving somebody else the motivation to do what I'm doing. I'm always wanting to do something different. Yeah, it's probably the hard way, and I probably go about it even the harder way. But like most things, it's kind of like working on one side of a car. You do one side, then do the other side better than you did the first side. Everything's trial and error the first time. And there's not really much of a handbook on this. I don't think too many people have done it. I've heard some people say they do it and there's no modification needed at all, but I just want to make sure that I've got the angles right on my motor so I don't have any vibration problems, because I'd sure like to get this out on the highway and cruise it, 100 miles an hour or so every once in a while. Who knows? If I get out where I know there's no cops, I'll try to see if it'll do 150 or better. Hopefully with that double overdrive 6-speed and 373 gears, I might can cruise 90 miles an hour or so, about 2,500 RPMs. Who knows? All right. Have a good night, guys. I'm gonna upload this. It'll probably take an hour to upload it to YouTube, and then I'll send it to Facebook.